Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm here, ready to rock and roll. So first of all, I want to say thank you for joining the call and joining on time. And before we start, I want to see who is here. And this is the first call that he or she is attending. Let me see. Let me see. Either you write it on the chat box or you put your hand up and I see you. I really want to see who is here. And that's the first call. Who is here for the first time ever? Who is here? And this is the first mastery call. I see Samsung. Congratulations, my friend. I guess Samsung is not your name, but whatever is your name and whoever you are, congratulations, congratulations, congratulations for the first call. I see Alina. Alina, congratulations. I see you. Great, great, great. Let me see who else. For who else? Florina, Dean, Florina and Dean, welcome. Welcome to the family. Congratulations for your first call. I'm always excited for everyone who is joining those calls. Diana, congrats, my sister. Welcome to the family. I'm always excited for everyone who is attending those calls, for everyone who is attending personal development in general. I know that personal development can change lives. I said this at the beginning in our first call that the best discovery of my life wasn't a financial vehicle, wasn't any specific industry, it wasn't any specific skill. The best discovery of my life was, without any doubt, personal development. And for those of you that you are here for the first time, I'm more excited for you guys. I'm more excited because that can be an introduction to the best chapter of your life. That can be an introduction to a new life. That can be an introduction to what we call progress and improvement. So saying this, I want to say that today we will go back to pure personal development mixed with financials. When we talk about personal development, we don't necessarily talk about money or finances, but we do know that money and finances is one of the 4 pillars of personal development. It's one of the 4 criteria that you need to do well in life in order to be happy and satisfied. I have seen people that are extremely rich and they are not satisfied. I have seen people that are extremely successful in their career and they are not satisfied. And trust me when I say that, success, you can write this down if you want as well, success without satisfaction is the ultimate failure. Success without satisfaction is the ultimate failure. So when we talk about personal development, we don't necessarily talk about how to make more money, but we include that. We don't necessarily talk about how to hit your next rank in your compensation plan, but we include that. To me, personal development is to be well financially, physically. The way you feel is way more important than how much money you have. So physically, spiritually, spiritual pillar is very important, and socially. So the 4 pillars that I work on when I work on personal development is the social pillar, the physical pillar, the spiritual, and the financial. Let me tell you which one, in my opinion, is the easiest to fix. Which one do you think? Which one is the easiest to fix? Which one is the easiest to grow? Give me an answer. Write on the chat box. Which pillar do you think is the easiest to grow? Financial. Absolutely. Financial is the easiest one. Why do I believe financial? I didn't say the most important, but the easiest. Why do I believe financial is the easiest one to work and improve? The reason is because is the easiest one to measure. If I tell you, tell me your social situation, it's not so easy to measure the level of your social pillar. You cannot measure the level. You got to see your relationships, if you have kids, if you don't, your significant other, your friendships. You got to see with how many people you do well, with how many people you argue a lot. So it's not that simple to see socially what's your level. If I tell you spiritual pillar, tell me your level on the spiritual level. Again, pillar, again, is not one that you can look at the number and say, you know, my level is 1 out of 26 or 7. You may give me your opinion, but it's not an accurate number. It's what you believe. If I tell you physical, you got to go to the doctor, do 1,000 exams. You need to take a blood test. You need to see how much you weigh, how you look is also part of your physical pillar. So it takes a lot of work to let me know your level. I know many people, they ignore that, but it takes a lot of work. If I ask you, tell me a little bit more about your financial pillar, by going into your bank account, you can give me a number. You don't even need to count anything. The number is there. If you go in your crypto wallet, you can give me a number. The number is there. So financial is not the most important one, but is the easiest one to measure. And because it's the easiest one to measure, is the easiest one to improve. It's all on you. Social is not 100% on you. Spiritual is not 100% on you. There are things that happen in life that may affect your spiritual world, and you don't control as much as you control your financial world. Physical is definitely not 100% on you. You got to work on that. There are things that you can do. There are doctors that we pay. We are a group of 4 friends and very close friends that we pay a doctor every year just to let us know what to do in advance in order not to get sick. And trust me when I say this doctor is not cheap. We spend a lot of money. We spent a whole weekend with him last year, and besides the money that we paid him to come and consult us and advise us, we paid him business class from United States to Paris, come and go, and a hotel room which was 800 euros per night for 4 nights. And that's besides his salary, what we paid him to consult us. So what I'm saying is, there are things that you can do to control your physical pillar, but it's way easier to control your financial pillar if you are focused. Now, today, I'm going to focus a little bit more on your financial pillar. My presentation today is going more for your financial pillar. And let me tell you also this, career and finances may not be in balance sometimes. Let me give you an example. Have you ever heard singers, famous singers, committing suicide? Yeah. What was the name of the last famous actor? Was it, I forgot his name, the famous one. Come on, somebody can help me. The famous actor that committed suicide 3 years ago, from United States, I'm sure some, Williams, right? Was it Williams? I think it was Williams. So anyway, there are people that you know. Robin Williams, exactly. Thank you, Alexandra. So Robin Williams. So there are so many famous people, actors, singers, athletes, that they get depressed because their career doesn't go well, even though their finances are amazing. On the other hand, you have people that their career goes very well, but their finances are not very well because they don't have the business IQ, the financial education they need to keep the money that they're earning. So it doesn't necessarily mean if you have a good career, you have good finances. That's a whole different story that we can do on a different call. But I want to tell you that many times finances can follow career, many times, not every time. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to share my screen. Amazing. Okay. So our topic for today is how to master your business. And as I told you, money, businesses, career is not everything when it comes in personal development, but it's the easiest thing to fix because you can measure it. And if we start with business, there are 3 steps that you can use to master your business. 3 phases, I would say, that you can manage in order for you to master your business. Particularly right now, I'm going to talk about your network marketing business. But what I'm sharing right now, I do believe the way you do anything becomes the way you do everything. So what I'm going to share right now, you can use it to master any business. First of all, is the way you think and act. In your business, I know if you are part of DCT, you do not believe you own DCT, which may not be true. You may not believe you have shares or stocks in DCT, which may not be true. Why? Because your success plays a big role on how DCT will go, and how DCT will go plays a big role on how much money you will make. So the way you think and act plays a big role on your success with DCT. Why I am sharing this? If you treat DCT as an employee, you will get paid as an employee. If you treat DCT as an owner, you will get paid as an owner. And there are always different ways you can see things. But I'm always saying the world is the way you see it. Things are always the way you see them. So if you see it as an owner, it's a different perception and you do different things. Let me give you an example. Let's say you go to a restaurant for a dinner with your significant other and you order pasta. And by the time that pasta comes, the waiter brings you the pasta, you take the plate and you see in your plate hairs. I know it's disgusting, but think about it. You take the plate and you see hairs in your plate. What do? How do you react? Please, please, please give me an example here in the chat box. What do? How do you react? Let me know. I want to know this. I'm waiting until somebody's going to give me, I send it back. Glamour sends it back. Anybody else? What do? You send it back. Somebody else. Anything that you will do. Once you take your plate, you are hungry, you are ready to eat, you see hairs. I ask gently to change the plate. Amazing. I get furious. Another plate. I will ask for refund. If it's not too bad, I just ignore it or nicely mention that as a problem. I will be very kind, but I will show them. I will call the waiter and tell him to take care. Okay. So as a customer, this is what you will do. I have a different question. Let's say you are the waiter, not the customer, but the waiter. You take the plate and you are ready to give it to the customer, and suddenly you see hairs. What do you do as a waiter? What do you do as a waiter? Let me see in the chat box. You are the waiter, not the customer. You are ready to deliver the plate to the customer and you see the hairs. What do? I will take it back to the kitchen, Alexandra. I clean it and mention it to the chef to be more careful. Take it back immediately. Bring it back to the chef. Okay. Now, do you agree that some waiters, they may put the hairs off the plate and take the plate back to the customer? If you don't, I'm telling you, you never worked as a waiter. I'm not saying all the waiters, But some waiters, they just take the hair off and they take the plate back to the customer. Do you agree that some of them, they will do that? The answer is yes. Some others, they will take it back to the kitchen. Some others, they will bring another portion. Some others, they will tell it to the owner. Now, let us see a third perception, third way of looking at things. You are the owner. You are not the waiter. You are not the customer, but you are the owner. And you see the same problem. You see hairs in the plate. What do? And I guess if you are the owner, you don't want to solve the problem temporary. You don't want a temporary solution. You want a permanent solution. What will you do as an owner? You will have a kitchens meeting, find out whose hair is that. You may do a freaking DNA to identify to who the hair belongs. You will do everything to make sure this is not going to happen again. You will fire some people. You will get crazy. Definitely, you are not going to serve this and you will ask the kitchen to do a new meal, but you will go crazy. And the reason is you don't give a shit to solve the problem today. You want to solve the problem forever. This is how owners think. This is how owners act. If in your business you do not act as an owner, if you don't have the ending in mind, if you don't act for the benefit of the whole company of your business, it means you think and you act as an employee. And if you do act as an employee, if you do think as an employee, you will get paid as an employee. If you do think as an owner, if you do act as an owner, you will get paid as an owner. In network marketing, the most beautiful thing in network marketing is that people can make more money than the owners. Did I see that before? Yes, I did. Did I see companies go bankruptcy and the people in the company making millions? Yes, I did. So it's good and it's for the good of the whole company that the company is doing well. But if you think and act as an owner, if you believe you own this company, you will make more money because you will take the right decisions. On everything you do, you will put the company, your company first. And as I'm talking to you, that apply in network marketing, but apply in any business you do in life. You should stop. See, this is how you climb the ladder. You want to be a CEO, you should think you own the company from the first day you are working there as an employee. If you don't feel like that, if you don't think like that, you will get paid less money. I'm telling you, you will get paid less money. So rule number one, the way you think and act. Rule number two on the way you think and act, which one was think as an owner. Rule number two is the language you speak. Language you speak is so important. If you use the victim's language, people will see it. And not only you don't attract lions, because lions attract lions, eagles attract eagles. Peer group. Your friends have more similarities than differences with you. Whatever you are, it's exactly what you attract. So if you speak the victim's language, you attract victim people. If you speak the weak language, you attract weak people in your team. Language is very important, but also whatever you say, whatever comes out of your mouth is becoming a thought that gets back in your mind. So you got to be very careful with how you express your feelings, with how you express your thoughts. Let me give you an example. I said this the other time to some of you on a call. If you have a pregnant woman, what are the chances this woman will say, I'm going to try to give birth? 0. Pregnant women, if there is one thing they know, is that they will give birth. They are not going to try to give birth. If you want to go to sleep and you say, I'm going to go to sleep. Yeah, great book, As a Man Thinking. If you say, I'm going to go to sleep now, what are the chances you will sleep immediately? If you say, I'm going to go to try to sleep, what are the chances you will sleep immediately? I'm telling you, you direct your mind with what you say. Every word coming out of your mind is becoming a picture immediate out of your mouth, is becoming a picture immediately in your mind. So the way you think and act plays a big role, but what influences the way you think and act is your language. There are some words that you got to cancel, take them out of your vocabulary. Yesterday, I was doing a call to some salespeople for a different traditional company, and I was teaching them something that we will do together during August about rejection words. There are some words that you are not allowed to say when you are in sales. For example, the word sale, you are not allowed to say when you try to make a sale. Contract. You don't say to people, sign this contract. Immediately, that's a rejection word. What can I say then? I can say paperwork instead of contract. Sign it. I never say sign it. I say approve it. Instead of sign it, I say approve it. But let's get out of sales and let's talk about effort. I will try. I will do it. I don't know what I will try means. I will do it. I will do it because in my mind, I'm not going to give up until I do it. And when some people, they tell me, hey, Stavros, I'm going to try make 10,000 euros this month. I know they will try, but they're not going to make. They will try, not make. I saw a post today. I was watching the Olympic Games before, and Greece was playing against Spain. And the Greek team, they did try, and they made a good effort. And they have, to my opinion, one of the best basketball players of the world, Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was MVP for NBA twice, an amazing player. But they still lost from Spain today. And all the Greeks, they said it was a good effort. The Greek team tried. They were better than the Spanish, and they did a great comeback. And I'm like, yeah, this is the mindset that people are developing in Greece right now, that effort is enough, and let's try, and it's okay. Then let's reward them for their effort. But out there, no one is going to reward you for your effort. Your effort will be rewarded if you don't give up. And if you don't give up, you will do it. You will achieve what you want to achieve. So you have to develop the mindset that I'm going for a victory. I'm going to win. I'm not going to try. I'm going to make it happen. This is all you want to do. Then the way you think and act is very important when you get uncomfortable. Getting uncomfortable is out of a question if you want to win big in businesses. So you see, where you are right now includes everything that you know how to do and everything that you feel comfortable doing. The first time that you did something for the first time, it wasn't comfortable. Let me give you an example. First day of school wasn't comfortable. First time you drove a car wasn't comfortable. First day of university wasn't comfortable. First time you had sex wasn't comfortable. First time you moved out of your house, without your parents, wasn't comfortable. First time you went to your business wasn't comfortable. First time you made an invitation wasn't comfortable. First time you rode a bicycle wasn't comfortable. First time you tried to make a sale wasn't comfortable. Everything that you did for the first time wasn't comfortable. But here's my question. When was the last time that you did something for the first time? Let me repeat that. My question to you is, when was the last time that you did something for the first time? When was it? That was the time that you increased your comfort zone. How do you get out of your comfort zone? You don't get out of your comfort zone. You expand it. When was the last time you expanded your comfort zone? It was when you did something for the first time. So if you don't know how to speak Spanish and you go to a Spanish lesson, it's uncomfortable. The first lesson is not comfortable. The first time you try to speak Spanish and instead of S, you say, that's uncomfortable. But that's how you expand your comfort zone. So if you keep doing, this is Albert Einstein. If you keep doing what you did yesterday, you will have tomorrow what you have today. Albert Einstein, he said, is insane believing that by doing the same things again and again and again, you will have different results. There are people out there that they say, I'm only getting paid 1,000 euros per month and I cannot survive, but they keep going to the job that pays them 1,000 euros per month. How do you expect different results? People say, I hate my job, but they keep waking up every single morning and go to the same job. How do they expect their life to change if they are not ready to get uncomfortable? You should get uncomfortable for a period of time. But I got news for you. I got great news for you. What makes you feel uncomfortable? If you keep doing it again and again and again, it will be part of your comfort zone. And at some point, you will feel very comfortable doing it. So nothing is uncomfortable forever. Nothing. So in businesses, when you see something that makes you feel uncomfortable, when you see something that doesn't make sense to you, when you see something that doesn't feel good to do, hey guys, we got to mute your microphones, please. So when you see something that it doesn't make you feel good, go ahead and do it. Because if you do it again and again and again, at some point, it's going to feel good. If you know it's the right thing to do, don't ask questions, just do it. In businesses, they say, if you keep doing what makes you feel uncomfortable again and again and again, it's approximately 21 times of doing something, and then you own it. I'm not going to say it's 21 times because I don't know your number, but at some point, it will be part of your comfort zone. And as you are expanding your comfort zone, not only you are expanding what makes you feel comfortable, but you are also expanding what you own. Everything that you don't have today, whether this is a Ferrari, $2 million in the bank, a super yacht, a good house, or the ability to help your parents, your children, the people around you. Whatever is that, if you don't have it today, it's because it's out of your comfort zone. And if it's out of your comfort zone, you need to do something different from what you are doing right now to go and get it. That's it, as simple as that, the way you think and act. And saying this, I want to say that, on the other hand, you should do new things, but repetition, they say, is the mother of all learnings. Repeat in businesses is so important. Not only you do something once because it makes you feel uncomfortable, you keep doing it. What's repeat? Let me give you some examples. If you want to master a skill, the only way to master it is by doing it again and again and again and again. Some people, the biggest mistake they do is that they start doing something, they achieve it, and then they stop. Once you stop, there is a saying, whatever you don't use, you lose. Whatever you don't use, you lose. So if you master a skill, for example, closing, sales, I love it. If I stop selling, I will lose that technique. I will lose that skill. I'm not going to have it. The earth is moving forward. So if I'm not moving with the earth, I'm moving backward. I'm not staying the same. If I'm not practicing, I'm losing. Whatever you don't use, you lose. So you need to practice. Practice makes perfect. I will say perfect practice makes perfect. Not practice, but perfect practice makes perfect. When I talk about repeat, That reminds me one of my favorite movies of all time, Karate Kid. How many of you watched Karate Kid? How many of you watched Karate Kid? Let me see on the chat box if you know them. I guess most of you know the movie Karate Kid. They play the movie on Christmas time usually, and I remember Mr. Miyagi is the teacher, the coach of Karate Kid, and he was teaching the kid to do one thing every single day for 1,000 times. Do you remember what was that thing? Washing the car, right? So Mr. Miyagi, if you remember, he was teaching Karate Kid to wash the car 1,000 times per day, every day. And that kid got bored. It's like, Mr. Miyagi, I'm not going to learn karate by doing this over and over and over and over again. But Mr. Miyagi, his sensei, his teacher, his coach, he said, yes, this is how you will learn karate, by practicing the same thing again and again and again. Some of you think because you achieve it once, you are perfect. No, works on, works off, exactly. No, you are not perfect because you achieved it once. You should repeat it again and again and again. The way you think and act. Think as an owner, language, take care of your language, get uncomfortable, do things that make you feel uncomfortable, and repeat those things again and again and again. It's the first step. Second step, knowledge. Knowledge determines what you know. I know Benjamin Franklin, back in the day, he said, knowledge is power. This is what he said. Benjamin Franklin, he said, knowledge is power. I will tell you what I believe. Knowledge is not power. The execution of knowledge is power. Just because you know something, it doesn't mean you own something. Let me be more clear. How many of you, my friends, you know that the aeroplane gets on the air? Everybody, right? All of you, you know that the aeroplane gets on the air. Here is my question. How many of you, you know to get the aeroplane on the air? Just because you know that the aeroplanes get on the air, it doesn't mean you know how to get an aeroplane on the air. How do you learn this? You need to take the manual, you need to read, and then you need to do what? You need to understand it and practice it. So knowledge is not power, but the execution of knowledge is power. And that comes in three phases. You must understand it, not just know it. Then you must consciously do it, and then you must unconsciously do it. Let me analyze this. They say there are 4 phases of knowledge, 4 phases. I will suggest you to take some notes on this. That can change your whole life if you understand what I'm going to teach you right now. That's high level of personal development. First level is the worst one. And those are the people that they will never going to change their life. And those are the people that they don't know what they don't know. Some people, they don't know what they don't know. They believe all network marketing companies are pyramid schemes. They believe all rich people are scammers. They believe they know how to make money, but they are broke. They believe they know how to lose weight, but they are fat. They believe for everything you will ask them, they have an opinion. You ask them, what about this investment? And they say that investment is not good, even though they're broke and they know nothing about investments. So I don't know what I don't know is the formula of staying broke. Now, the third level, that's the fourth. The third level is when you move from I don't know what I don't know, and you go to the third level of knowledge that says, I know that I don't know. I know that guys, I'm going to ask you to mute your microphones, please, please, please. So I know that I don't know. You move to the third level and you say, okay, I get it. I don't know how to do this. So where can I find the knowledge? Okay, I get it. I don't know how to lose weight. So let me go to a nutritionist and let me go to a workout instructor so he can teach me. Okay, I get it. I don't know about investments. So let me buy some coaching lessons, and let me learn a little bit more about investments. Okay, I don't know how to make money, so let me find a mentor. Is by the time you understand that you don't know something, is the time that you start learning. How do I move from I don't know what I don't know to I know that I don't know? It's very simple. You check your results. And if your results are simply not the ones that you desire, then you got lack of knowledge. You check your results, and if your results are not what you want, you got lack of knowledge. And now you know that you don't know, and you are ready to move to phase 3. What's phase 3? I know, and I consciously do it. Now I know how to do it because I got a mentor, I got someone to show me. And by the way, when you are phase 3, the easiest way to move from phase 3 to phase 2 to start practicing and doing is to find someone who has the results you want. Find someone who has the results you want and let him guide you. So once you find that person and he gives you the how-tos, he gives you the manual, he gives you the instructions, then you start practicing. And you're practicing consciously. You do it and you feel uncomfortable doing it. You do it and you should be careful of every step you take because it doesn't come naturally. And this is phase 4. Once you do it again and again and again and again, then you do it unconsciously. It comes naturally. It's like if I tell you, Verna, can you go to your house right now? But while you go to your house, can you speak on the phone with somebody who is explaining you a business presentation and drive from where you are and go to your house? Can you do it? Yes. Yes, you can drive from anywhere to your house without thinking, even if somebody else is bothering you or talking to you and to your mind by sharing some important information, you can still drive to your house. But if I tell you, hey, no, don't go to your house, come to my house, and let me give you some instructions, and you need to go the first left, the second right, and then from this point you go straight, and then after a kilometer you turn left and then right. Can you do this if somebody else talks to you on the phone and he's explaining you something? Obviously no, because it's the first time. You should consciously do it. So what I'm saying is, if you do something again and again and again, then you will be available to do it unconsciously. The question is how many times, Stavro? I told you before, there is not a number until you are ready, until you will know when you can do things unconsciously, but it's only until you are ready. So some people that they say, oh, I know it takes 21 times, and if I do the same thing again and again and again for 21 times, it's over. No, it's like asking me how many times you need to have sex to become pregnant. I don't know. No one knows. No one knows the answer to this question. So, yeah, please mute the microphone. Yeah, so no one knows the answer to this question. And then let's go to the most important one, which is steps to produce more. Steps to produce more. How can I produce more? So step number 1, remove all the limiting beliefs. Listen to this. This is very careful. Listen to this very carefully. This is very important. There are some limiting beliefs that are really life. But most of the limiting beliefs you have are fake ones. Most of the things you believe for yourself are not real, are self-created delusions. And you created those based on what you heard in the past. What's real? Some caps, which I call them capacities, limiting beliefs, is where are you coming from? You know, maybe if you're born in Romania, you are Romanian. If you're born in Cyprus, you are Cypriot. If you're born in France, you are French. If you're born in Germany, you are German. You may hate that, or love it. It doesn't matter. This is where you are. The place that you got born, you cannot choose it. Can you say this is a limitation? Maybe yes, maybe not, but it's real. You cannot change your identity, which means you may move to Australia, you may speak the English language with Australian accent, you may pay taxes there, you may introduce yourself as an Australian, but you still have the Romanian, German, French, Cypriot, Greek, whatever origins. If you born in 1980, this is how old you are. That's your age. You are 38, 38 or 48 years old. 44 years old. I'm good with numbers. So if you born in 2000, you are 24 years old. If you born in 1970, you are 54 years old. You may do a Botox to look younger. You may change the color of your hairs. You may do a lifting. You may do anything you want to look younger. You may change your identity card, but you are still 54. You cannot change that. You are still 54. If you hate your father or your mother, they will be your parents forever. You may not talk to them. You may move away. You hate your brother, your sister. So those limitations, if you want to see them as limitations, whatever the ways that you see them are real. You don't change the way you are coming in this world. It's real and you don't choose it. What else you don't choose is the way you are living the world. You may say, I'm going to commit suicide. No one who committed suicide programmed it in advance. Even if they say, I'm going to die in 5 years from now, I'm going to commit suicide, they didn't do it. They do it either earlier or later. So what I'm saying is, you don't choose how you come, you don't choose how you live, but guess what you choose? You choose what's between. You choose how you live your life, not how you get out of life, not how you come in life, but how you live your life. But because you don't choose the most important day, which is how you come, and the second most important day, which is how you live, you think you don't choose the rest of the life. No, you choose the rest of the life. So don't create limitations based on these 2 days. And this is what people do. They create limiting beliefs and they think they cannot control things, and they let the things they cannot control to control them. What I'm saying right now is that you got to remove all your limiting beliefs if you want to build your business and understand that anything and everything is possible. That's a mindset thing. Then you got to sell yourself. People buy you. They don't buy products. People buy identities. They don't buy products. Why do you think somebody is going to buy a bag or a car from one person, even if that car, there are another 1,000 sales people selling it on different places, even with better prices? Because people don't buy products. People will buy from you, and trust me, when we do the closing sessions, we're going to do 3 closing sessions. It's a series of closing sessions. And as I told you multiple times, that's my favorite one. So trust me, when we do this, we will go very deep into those principles. But you should understand, people buy from you because they like you or because they want to be like you. Either because they like you or they want to be like you. If people hate you, no matter how good is what you sell, they're not going to buy it. So in real estate, I do a lot of real estate, as you know, not as an agent. I have my developing companies, one of my other businesses, and I'm there observing the agents that they try to sell our units. And I'm always trying to consult them and try to teach them some things. The most important thing that I'm teaching them is that you got to connect, sell yourself, not my property. Yourself is what you sell. I see the customers, by the time they come, the agents, they try to sell 3 things. What are those 3 things? Location. Number 1, they try to sell location. They talk about location. Number two, construction quality. They try to sell construction quality. They say, how good is the quality of the construction? And number three, price. They try to sell how good the price is. And I'm telling them, my friends, all the agents, you are trying to sell the same things. You are coming to the same building and you are trying to sell the same things, which is construction quality, price, or location. So why the customer should buy from you? And when they're asking me, what do you mean? I say, the most important thing that you have to sell, you don't sell. And they're all wondering, what is that? I say, yourself. If you don't connect, people will buy from somebody else. My first question is not what's your budget. My first question is what's your name? My second question is not, are you ready to invest? My second question is, do you have children? What is their names? Oh, your children is the same age with my children. What school are your children going to? Oh, I have a friend that his children are in this school. Maybe you know him. Boom. Here's a bridge to connect. So you got to understand that connecting is more important than location, construction, quality, or price. That's my advice to the real estate agents, which is same advice to the networkers. Connecting is more important than anything else. I do say the next rules for me on sales is leading with questions, which I'm going to teach you, and ask them to buy. But before I do anything, I connect, because people buy from you either because they like you or want to be like you. So sell yourself. You also need to understand that doing more for others, that's another step to produce more, to be more productive. Do more for others will always reward you. Let me go back to 2012. I was building network marketing, and several teams that they were not part of my team, part of my organization, they were asking me to go and speak to their teams. I was always there. I was always telling them, okay, I went to, Jamaica, I went to Mexico, I went to Singapore, multiple times to Singapore, Philippines, so many countries, Canada, United States, so many times that I didn't have anyone in my team and I wasn't getting paid to help them develop businesses. Even in Europe, teams that they were not part of my organization, I was there working with them multiple times to help them. And many people were asking me why. And I was telling them, I know when you give unconditional, when you do more for others, you will get paid, especially if you don't expect to get paid. So later on, years later, I started other businesses, and I have many people back from them, from those teams, that they support my businesses. And I didn't do that purposely. I didn't know that I was going to start different businesses. I didn't know that I was going to do something else. But those people, because I was there for them, now they are here for me today. So steps to produce more, do more for others. Don't work only where you get paid. This is a big bullshit and a big myth that some people teach, which I hate. Don't work only where you get paid. Work also when people need you. If you can contribute, just do it. If you can help them, just do it. And then find your X factor. Oh, this is one of my favorites. So I very often talk about my mentor, and there are many things we are on the same page. There is only one thing that we disagree, just one thing. Maybe Alexandra heard about this before. I mean, Alexandra Digan, who is translating right now. I'm not sure if she heard about this before, but I think she did. And is who is the best speaker of all time? Who is the greatest of all time on speaking? And he believes a different person than the one I believe. So I believe Jim Rohn is the greatest of all time. That's my my best one, but my mentor believes Zig Ziglar. Yeah. So I go for Jim Rohn. My mentor believes Zig Ziglar is the best one. And we very often debate about that. That's our only argument. He says Zig Ziglar, I says Jim Rohn. So even though I believe Jim Rohn is the best of all time, there is a great speech that I'm asking you to go and listen to it. I believe you can find it on YouTube if you put Zig Ziglar X Factor. It's a great speech from Zig Ziglar who talks about the X Factor. And he says that the school from young age is programming us to be average. How do they do this? Think about it. If you go to school and you have good grades in math, good grades in history, but not good grades in biology, for example, the school teacher is going to tell you work a little bit more on biology. So they try to get you to focus on work on what you are not good so you can be above average. But becoming above average today, it doesn't help. It doesn't serve if you become above average. People do not pay for above average. And in this audio, Zig Ziglar is giving an example about music. He says, I love singing. Singing is one of my favorite things to do, but I'm not good. I don't have good voice. So he says, if I take some lessons, if I put all my effort, I go from 2 or 3 out of 10 that I am on singing to 7 or 8. People don't pay for it. So still people are not going to pay me to sing. Chances are they will pay me not to sing. This is what he says. And listening to that, I realized that when you work on your talents, this is how you become a beast. This is how you become someone the world remembers. When I started network marketing, I realized that closing is my talent, not presenting, not inviting that much, but closing. So I worked on everything, but mainly my main focus was to work on closing, was to work on sales. And most of the people that they came to my events, they remember other things as well, but they remember my closing, the way I close, the way I teach closing, because I realized very soon that I have a talent on this, and I started working on that. Same thing you got to do with your job, with your business, with your network marketing career. Work on your X factor. Find your X factor. How do you find your X factor? By finding what is the thing that when you do, you enjoy the most. Is it presenting? Is it coaching? Is it teaching? Is it inviting? Is it closing? What is it? The one thing that you do and you enjoy the most. And then work on that again and again and again, and becomes someone which is not 9 out of 10, is 11 out of 10. Let me give you another one example with my son. It happened last year. My son, Hermes, is very good with numbers, very good in math. And he's also good in English. He also have a YouTube channel, and he's also good on, and he's only 9 years old, but he's very good on creating some YouTube videos and getting some really good views. So his school teacher, she called me a year ago, and she said, hey, Stavro, I need to talk to you about Hermes. Hermes is very good in English. He's very good in math, very good with numbers, but we have a big problem. He doesn't speak Greek well. He's Greek, not good at all. And I said, perfect. Thank you for letting me know this. Can you please push him a little bit in math? And she goes, are you kidding me? I said, why? She said, I just told you he's not good in Greek, but he's very, very good in math. And I said, yes, that's why I'm asking you if you can please push him a little bit more in math. Let him become a little bit better with numbers. And she goes, I don't understand. Why? He's already good in math. I said, because if you push him in Greek from 3 out of 10, he will be 6, he will be 7. No one cares. No one. He knows how to communicate. That's enough for me in Greek. I don't need him to know every single Greek language, every single Greek word in the vocabulary. I don't need him. But if he's good in math and you emphasize on that and you let him focus on that, he may become the greatest one with numbers in Cyprus, in Europe, in the world. He may do something huge. So focus on his strengths, not on the weaknesses. I don't want to do what the rest of the world is doing. I don't want to focus on the weaknesses. I want to focus on the strengths. And I want to take that as an advantage and make it big. Because the Greek language that we are talking right now, let me show you something. And I showed here that video that I'm going to show you right now. I don't know if it's possible for you to hear. I think it will be possible for you to hear it. This is me. Prietenii mei, sunt aici în Paris, gata să particip la o sesiune de gândire colectivă acum pe care o avem în Maestria Vieții. So this is me talking in Romanian language without knowing any Romanian, and that's my voice, right? So I'm telling her with everything that is changing right now, even if he doesn't know how to say a single word in Greek, he will still going to be communicated if he knows English. So who cares? Let him focus on his strengths and not on the weaknesses. Same thing you got to do right now. Work on everything, but put a little bit more effort on your strengths, not on your weaknesses. Find your X factor and work on your X factor. And last but not least, find a system to duplicate you. I said this from the first time. If you want to go fast, you can go alone. If you want to go far, you need a team. You got to understand that you don't get paid based on time. You get paid based on value. Get paid based on value you add on time. So if you think that, no, but I'm working 5 hours, I'm going to make 10 hours per hour, so it's 50 euros. If I put 5 hours, if I put 8 hours, it's 80 euros. No, there are people that they put only 30 minutes, but if they have 25 or 25,000 people underneath them working, they're working 25,000 hours. Let me repeat that so you understand it. Someone is asking me, Stavro, how can you make X amount of money if you are not working that much? I say, if for my business, I put 8 hours, that's 8 hours. This is how much you put, right? 8 hours. If I have a team of 25 people that they put 1 hour per day, this is 25 hours per day. If you put 8 hours and I have a team of 25 that they put 1 hour per day, who puts more value? Who adds more value? You with 8 hours or me with 25 hours because I have a team? In real estate, in developing, I'm not having my own team, but I have outside partners that I pay them extra and they bring their own teams. And I know if I focus 100% there and I put my own team and I'm there every single day, I'm going to change my profit from 30%, that is right now approximately 30% of my investment every project, to 50. So if I put 1 million to do a project, I'm going to take out 500K in profit. Right now, it's approximately 300K in profit. And I know that's a significant increase, but what's going to happen, I'm going to have decrease in my other businesses. Imagine that since middle of July, yesterday was the only night that I slept home because I'm traveling a lot and I'm doing a lot of things. In a few hours, I'm traveling to Romania, and then I'm going from Bucharest to Brașov, then from Brașov to Dubai. Yesterday, I was in Thessaloniki. 2 days ago, I was in Thessaloniki. 3 days ago, I was in 𝐒𝐿-𝐾𝐥𝐿. So if I have to run this developing company I have and create my own team and be responsible for everything, yes, I'm going to increase my profit, but can I keep the profit on the other things that I'm doing? And can I keep the lifestyle that I'm having? No. So what shall I choose? I'm going to lose more money if I increase my profit in the developing company. I'm going to lose more money in general. So that's why I'm finding systems and I'm building systems that they can duplicate me. I cannot do something that I don't have the vision to make it work with or without me. Anything I do, in life. I put a lot of effort at the beginning. I built it, I developed it, but I know it's going to work with or without me. Even here, what we do with DCT, I know that down the future, some of you will be the trainers and you will run the show with or without me. If something is not scalable, I'm not touching it. If something is going to need my time until I die, I'm not touching it because I cannot leave a legacy behind me. So always find a system to duplicate you. On whatever you do in life, find something that can duplicate you. Do things that can work with or without you. Teach people what you are doing so they can continue your legacy. They can continue building what you are building. So that's all for today, my friends. It was a long personal development presentation on how to master your business. I hope you took a lot of notes. Thank you for tonight, and I'm going to see you in Dubai. Ciao.
All right. There you have it again, dreamers, our master trainer, Mr. Stavros. You know what? There is never really same day when you are listening to the training that he is giving on this call. Previously, we've done a great topic, and now it will be a totally different topics again. That's amazing. You know what? That he is right. I would just like to tell that you need to create your own legacy. I believe on what he says, like knowledge is not power. The execution of knowledge is. Even if you know a lot of things, if you are not doing it, what's the point of having the knowledge? Right? So spread the knowledge, spread all the things that you knew by creating and developing yourself to a better space or better place. So again, guys, thank you so much for joining us on this training. I will be seeing you again next week. So thank you guys and have a great day. Have a good day.